Hey Claire, are you all ready for my college reunion this weekend?
Hey, sweetie. Yeah, I can't wait to see all of your old friends. It'll be so fun to hear their stories about what you were like in college and what you got up to.
Well, I'm just warning you now. Don't be too shocked by what you might find out.
Oh, a bit of a rebel, were you? Or were you more of a heartbreaker? LOL. Ah, so you were both.
Yeah. Anyway, my dad was much worse than me. You should count yourself lucky that you ended up with a level-headed one.
So lucky. Anyway, what was your mom like in college?
She was a good one. Always made sure to do her homework and projects on time and never really went too crazy at parties.
Haha, she sounds just like the person your dad needed to keep him in check. Your mom and dad met at college, didn't they?
Yeah, they're both Harvard alumni, which is why my brother and I both decided to study there too.
That's really sweet, to be honest. It just makes you feel closer as a family to go through the same college.
Yeah, it's nice knowing that my mom and dad went there. Makes me feel a little proud to be their son, I guess, because of how smart they both are. Also gives me hope that I'm not a complete lost cause in the brains department either. LOL. What about your parents? Did they meet at college or did they not go to the same one?
Oh, actually, my parents didn't go to college. They met whilst out with some colleagues at their first job.
What?
Yeah, it was a little bar in town. My dad was working as a busboy in a restaurant at the time, and my mom worked in her family bakery. They'd both gone out with some friends and ended up bumping into each other at the bar. The rest is history.
No, I meant the college thing. Neither of them went to college?
Well, no. Neither of their families could afford it at the time. I mean, just look at how much our loans are for it now. Back then, when there was hardly any help in terms of loans and grants, it would have been impossible for them to go. They don't mind, though. I mean, they never would have met each other if either one of them had been at college, and then I wouldn't have come along. LOL. And you would have been devastated then.
Uh-huh.
What's wrong?
I just can't believe you're so proud to come from such an uneducated background.
Whoa, hang on a second. My family is not uneducated. Why would you even say something so horrible and mean?
Oh, it's just the truth. If your parents were smart, then they would have gone to college to get a degree so that they could work better jobs, as opposed to whatever menial, low-grade work they do now. I mean, let me guess. They're janitors now because they don't have an education in anything. The only thing they're good for is cleaning up after the more intelligent people in the world.
Where on earth is all of this coming from? Why are you being so vile?
Why didn't you tell me the truth?
Truth? What truth?
About your parents and them not going to college?
I never hid anything. I just never thought you'd be bothered about it. It doesn't even have anything to do with you or us as a couple.
Yes, it actually does.
How do you figure?
I can't be with someone who comes from a family who was too stupid to get into college.
I've already told you they're not stupid. They simply couldn't afford the tuition fee. Not everyone is born with a silver spoon in their mouth.
If they were smart, they would have found a way to go to college. I mean, they would have tried hard and gotten a scholarship or something. It's not that difficult if you really want it or if you're actually intelligent. So either your parents are willfully lazy or they're just too stupid to do anything.
I actually can't believe what you're saying right now. I don't even want to talk to you at the minute.
Same here. I need a bit of time to cool off.
Fine. Russell, where were you last night? You didn't come home.
I spent the night at my parents' house. I needed time to think.
Time to think about what?
Us?
What about us?
Claire, I can't be with someone who comes from such a low education background. I'm calling off the wedding. I don't want to marry you anymore.
What? All because my parents didn't go to college?
I'm just not willing to put my reputation through the degradation and embarrassing remarks that everyone will make if they find out that you're from a dim-witted background.
Are you being 100% serious right now?
Yes, I mean, what if we had children as well? I'd constantly be worried if they'd inherit your family's intelligence and do nothing with their lives. It's just something I'm not willing to risk.
Fine, if that's how you feel, then I won't stop you. But don't come begging to me when you realize the huge mistake you just made.
As if I do that, especially not to someone who's not in my league.
Whatever. Goodbye, Russell. Thanks for showing me what kind of man you actually are before I made the mistake of marrying you.
Honey, I was just about to say the same thing. Goodbye, Claire. Don't bother trying to message me or beg me to come back to you because I won't. You've just lost your one chance to marry someone rich, Now you're just gonna follow in your parents' footsteps and do absolutely nothing with your life. And I'm just glad I won't have to be dragged down with you. Hey Claire, I just heard what Russell's done. I can't believe he did that to you over something so ridiculous. You okay?
Hey, Jasper. Yeah, I'm okay. I mean, I'm hurt for sure that he would end things over something as simple as my parents' education, but at least I know what he's really like. Better now than after we get married.
Yes, but it still makes me mad. I mean, I knew my brother was tense, but that was just plain spiteful and stupid.
Yeah, he wasn't the brightest.
Well, did you hear that he's got a new job? It's at some huge restaurant corporation. They manage a bunch of restaurants all over the country, and they also sell industrial kitchen supplies and things.
Oh, is that so?
Hmm? And oddly enough, the name of this company just so happens to be an old family name, which sounds just like your mom's.
What a coincidence.
Anyway, I've got to go now. Good luck with everything.
Thanks, Jasper.
Hey Claire, it's been a while. How have you been? I've been great, in case you were wondering. In fact, my new job is going really well. I might even get promoted soon. And I'm getting married.
Hey, Russell. Oh wow, you're getting married? That's really quite soon, don't you think? We've only been broken up for like 1 month.
Yeah, well, I've known her longer than that, obviously. I met her a few months back on a business trip. We really hit it off and began talking from then on.
Wait, you mean you were talking to this woman whilst we were still dating? Whilst we were actually engaged?
Well, I'm glad I kept my options open, given how things with us turned out. Now I've got a proper, smart fiance from a proper, smart family. Her parents went to Harvard as well, don't you know?
Wow. So you actually cheated on me just to be with someone whose parents had a college degree?
Well, yeah.
And what? You've messaged me now to brag about it?
I wouldn't say brag necessarily, just showing you what you missed out on. You can thank your parents for that.
I see. Well, don't you worry. My parents are going to hear all about this and your opinion of them. I'll make sure to tell them.
Go ahead and tell them. Not like some lowly, stupid person's opinion's gonna matter to me.
We'll see.
Claire, what have you done?
Oh, hi, Russell. Messaging twice in one day? Aren't I a lucky gal?
Don't play stupid. How could you not tell me that your parents own Blossoms and Peel Limited?
Well, why would you need to know about it?
You know that's where I'm working. How could you not tell me your parents own the entire thing?
I usually don't tell people because I don't want them to see me differently. And for all I knew, if I told you, you could have just stayed with me for my family's money. And then you told me that you didn't want to be related to someone whose parents didn't go to college. So it didn't seem important to tell you then. Wouldn't want to change your mind based on something as silly as my family's success, especially considering they didn't go to college.
That's not fair. I never would have left you if I'd known the truth. Now I've received an email saying that I've been fired. Did you tell your dad to do that?
I didn't tell him to do anything. I simply told him everything you told me, all about your opinions on those you deem lesser than yourself.
What?
I'm sure he explained it all in his email, but just to clarify it for you, he doesn't want someone with such horrible views working for him or representing his company. Not to mention that a lot of your coworkers also complained about your behavior, claiming that you bullied them and said derogatory things all the time. My dad didn't want someone so horrible working for him and dragging his reputation down. For a college-educated guy, you're pretty dumb.
You can't just do that. Please, talk to your dad and help me get my job back. I needed to pay for my wedding. Not to mention my fiance told me that she won't settle for a husband earning less than $100,000 a year.
Well, you've got a college degree, so getting a well-paying job shouldn't be difficult for you.
But
I suppose maybe this will teach you not to judge people simply based on their education. People can and do make their way in the world based on their smarts and wits. They don't need a piece of paper to tell them that they are intelligent. I mean, look at you. You've got a college degree, and you're one of the dumbest people I know. Sometimes, you just can't help stupid.
please, Claire.
Goodbye, Russell. Don't message me again. I don't want anything to do with you. After that, I never heard from Russell again. I went on to start my own business from the ground up, helping those in food poverty. As for Russell, the last I heard was that his fiancée had left him after he had been fired, claiming that she couldn't be with a poor man. He tried to get a job, but even with his college degree, he didn't last very long at any of the places he was hired. Theo, honey, are you okay? It's getting a bit late and you were supposed to be back a few hours ago. I just want to make sure everything is okay. Theo?
What? Why are you bothering me?
Well, you've missed dinner, and I just wanted to know where you are. I am your wife, so I think I should be able to ask my husband where he is at almost 9 in the evening.
If you must know, I'm out with some of my mates from work.
Oh, okay. But why couldn't you just tell me that? I've made dinner and it's gone to waste now. Not to mention I've been worried sick about you.
Well, I forgot.
It's just, a little heads up would have been nice.
I said I forgot, okay? Jeez, what else do you want me to say?
Ugh, nothing. Whatever.
Actually, now that I've got you, I need you to pick me up.
What?
Yeah, we've had a few too many, so I can't drive back. I need you to come pick me up. I'm sending you the GPS coordinates right now.
But it's all the way across town. I've had 1 glass of wine with my dinner and I'm really tired, so I don't really want to take the car or risk getting a DUI.
Oh, come on, you've only had 1 glass. Besides, if you get caught, it'll only be a couple of points on your license. I'm already near the limit, and if I get caught again, I'll lose my license.
So it's okay if I get caught, but not you?
Why do you have to be like that? I mean, you've not even had that much. You wouldn't be breaking the law or anything.
Look, I'm sorry, Theo, but I'm not coming to get you. You'll just have to get a taxi back or something.
That's gonna cost way too much. Come on, just come and pick me up. I mean, what's the point of marrying you if you aren't even gonna help when I need it?
Excuse you?
I'm just saying that a good wife would come and get me. Don't you want to be a good wife?
Don't you want to be a good husband and not blow all of your money on drinks at a crummy little bar?
It's my money, not yours, so I can do whatever I want with it.
Well, in that case, you can get yourself a taxi home with it, because I'm not going to spend my money putting petrol in my car just so I can come and pick your drunk self up.
You're so mean. Just wait until I tell my mom about this tomorrow. At least she knows how to treat me right.
Oh yes, the woman can do no wrong. Do we really have to go on this trip with your mom and dad?
What's the issue with my parents now?
Be fair, you know your mom is so judgmental of me. I feel like nothing I ever do is right or good enough for her.
Well, that's to be expected. My mom wants what's best for me. So of course she's going to be critical of anyone I'm with.
I just find it a bit much is all. Can you try and talk to her for me? See if she can just, I don't know, lay off me a bit? I'd be really grateful if you could.
I suppose I could. Only if you can pick me up from the bar, though.
Are you seriously going to blackmail me?
Hey, we both want something. You help me, and I'll help you.
Fine. I'll be there in 20 minutes.
Thanks, babe.
You promise that you'll talk to your mom for me?
Yeah, I promise. Just hurry up, will ya? I'm getting tired and want to have a good sleep before we go on holiday tomorrow.
I'll be there soon.
Hello, Faye?
Grace, is everything all right? It's quite late.
Yes, sorry about that. I just needed to confirm a few things before we head up to the cabin tomorrow.
Oh, sure. Okay. What did you need to go over?
We want to get going by 10 a.m., so I need to make sure Theo is up and dressed and that all of his bags are properly packed.
What? Sure, I guess.
You guess? That's not really good enough, Faye. I need you to be sure that he will be ready. We need to be gone by 10 so that we can get to the cabin by 12. The owners, who are friends of ours if you need reminding, are very busy people, so we can't be late. That means you need to be ready too. Do you think you can handle that?
Yes, we will both be ready.
Good. Oh, and do try to be a bit more chipper. We don't want a sourpuss ruining the holiday now, do we?
No, of course not.
Now, Faye, there's no need to be overly sensitive. I meant no offense.
I'm just tired. It's almost midnight and I have been at work all day before having to stop your son from drinking himself into oblivion tonight. It tends to make one a bit exhausted.
Theo wouldn't act like that.
No? Why don't you ask him tomorrow? But for now, I'm going to say goodnight, as I am quite tired and it's going to be an early start tomorrow. Good night, Grace.
Good night, Faye. Good morning. Are you two ready to go?
Almost, Grace. Just getting the last of our bags into the car.
I see. Does that mean you're too busy to say good morning then?
Good morning.
How can you still be packing at this time? Didn't I tell you to be ready last night? You should have sorted everything out yesterday so you could just get in the car and go.
It's okay. We're all packed now. We're heading over to yours now so we can travel together.
Okay, well, hurry up. We don't want to be late.
We'll be there in a few minutes. See you soon.
Very well. See you soon.
Theo, where did you run off to? I got the last of our bags into the cabin, I turned around and you were gone. How could you leave me with your parents on my own like that?
Huh? What's so wrong about it? They're my parents, so you'll be fine. Besides, I said I'd visit an old friend of mine who lives up this way.
What? This is supposed to be a family vacation. It's the first time I've been on holiday with your parents, and I don't really want to be on my own with them.
What do you want me to do about that?
Come back to the cabin, please. I need you here to help me. I'm really quite nervous.
Look, you're a big girl. You can be by yourself for a little while. I hardly ever get to see my friend. We're gonna hang out for a little while. You can do whatever you want.
But your mom is already judging me and bossing me around. She's treating me like a servant. Not to mention the sleeping arrangements.
What's wrong with the sleeping arrangements?
What do you mean, what's wrong? We're in completely separate rooms.
And?
And? And why have I been put in a completely separate room in a building that's practically a little outhouse from the main cabin, while you and your parents are in the cabin? Being married, I thought that we'd, share the same room and the same bed. Does this not bother you?
Well, I mean, it's not that bad. I guess my mom just decided that we shouldn't share the same bed when they're here. She'd be too uncomfortable knowing her son was sleeping in the same bed as another woman. I'm still her little boy in her eyes. It's kind of sweet, don't you think?
No, I don't think it's sweet. I think that she needs to understand that we are married for goodness sake, and married people share beds. Can you please talk to her about it? I think what she's done is really unfair, and I can't say anything because she's not my mother.
Yeah, but to be fair, you're not really a part of the main family, are you?
What?
It's just the main cabin is where me and my family usually stay. You know, blood relatives? Guests usually stay in the outbuilding where you are.
But I'm your wife. That kind of makes me a part of the family. That's the whole point of getting married, to integrate your partner into your families.
But you're not really family. Not blood. That's what I mean.
Okay, I get it. Fine.
See, I knew you'd understand. So, you're gonna stay in the outbuilding?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Well, tell my mom that I'm visiting a friend and that I'll be back soon. Don't wait up for me, though. We tend to end up losing track of time while catching up. LOL.
Sure.
See you later. Faye! Faye, where are you? And where's the car? Answer me!
Hello, Theo. Glad to see you finally noticed I was gone. It's only taken you, 24 hours? I'm surprised you were able to drag yourself out of bed long enough to notice, to be honest.
What are you on about? Where have you gone? My mom said that you just picked all your bags up, put them back in the car, and drove off. Why?
Well, your mom's not lying. I've gone back home. Well, I say home. Back to the apartment. I'm currently in the process of packing all of my things into boxes so that I can move them all out.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm leaving you. Why else?
What?
Yeah, after yesterday, I finally came to realize that you don't love me and you never have. You were just after someone to pick you up after your messes and pay off whatever debts you managed to rack up. And let me tell you, there was a lot.
That's not true. I want to be with you.
Uh-huh. You wanted to be with me so much that you ran off to go and sleep with some other woman as soon as we got to the cabin, right?
What? What are you on about? Don't be ridiculous.
I'm not stupid, Theo. When I asked your mom what friend lived nearby, she told me that a girl called Laura was close and that you guys have been childhood sweethearts. It doesn't take a genius to put two and two together.
Look, that was just a one-time thing. It'll never happen again, I swear.
Oh, I don't care what you do. I'm not family, so it doesn't matter to me. In fact, just to make it official, I've left you some divorce papers to sign when you get back, so that it can be legally official that I'm not family.
Hang on, wait a minute, Faye. Aren't you acting a little bit hastily? I don't want to get divorced.
Of course you don't, because then you'll lose the person who has been making your life easy for you. I bet you don't even realize everything I do for you, do you? I clean up after you, I cook your meals, I pay all of the bills. You won't last 2 minutes without me, and you know it. But that's not my problem anymore. Oh, and if you think you can get away with not signing them, it won't work. With your infidelity, a judge would rule in my favor and grant me a divorce anyway. So it'd just be easier for everyone if you sign the papers.
But what'll I tell my parents?
That's not my problem. They're your family, not mine.
Fine, but don't try and come begging me to take you back. Because I won't.
Funny, I was just about to say the same thing. Goodbye, Theo. Thank you for showing me that I was never part of your family to begin with, and that I should never want to be. I moved out of the apartment that Theo and I had shared, and when he got back from his trip with his parents, he signed the divorce papers like I asked. I was able to move on with my life, and I have found somebody new who actually treats me like a queen and a wanted member of his family.